Alright, CSS battle time. We have twisted boxes. I don't know, it looks like... I don't know what it looks like. I have trouble naming things sometimes, like we all do. Alright, I'm gonna start simple. I'm not gonna try to get too crazy with combining backgrounds. So I'm gonna do that, put the blue background on the HTML, and then select the body and give it a new background. We can always refine it later. Let's keep this simple because right now these are rotated boxes. I don't see any better way of going about that yet. Although I wonder if a conic gradient, and we started at a different 0, 0, you know, like we started at a different angle, because they usually go from like 0 to 25% or whatever, right? But what if we started at a different degree and then went the 90 degrees that we need from there? Theoretically, we could have, but we'd still have to get the bounding edges to be right anyways, so the conic gradient just adds complexity. So yeah, there's that. All right, let's margin this down. Let's go 200 on top. Let's say 150 on the sides and 0 on the bottom. Hey, that's pretty close, pretty close. So 220 and 160. All right. I think those will resolve into percentages too. All right, so now let's get a paragraph tag. Now this, we should, or I wonder if an image tag would be better. Let's do an image tag. And let's actually select that. Let's hit star, because we can select everything inside the body, anything inside the body with that. And let's put an outline on it. I think and okay, we don't have anything yet. Okay. Oh, I think I know why. Let's go margin 0. There it is. Okay, so yeah, that doesn't save me anything. I was hoping the image tag would take the size of what was in there. I feel like I heard someone mention that would happen. But what I want to do is either make this the same size, and this might be reason for going to a body. I still have to do something inside it. All right, let's give it a height. Let's just get this done proper like. Okay, so 80. But we're gonna want to be less than that. I wonder if I want to just use scale, you know? That looks like about the right size. Let's get rid of the outline. And instead of using margin to try to move this, oh, well, let's see how hard that is. Let's see. Oh yeah, it's margin collapse is happening. Okay. Okay, yep. Perfect. I am using a transform. Let's just keep this real simple. Let's get the period out of there. We don't need it with a transform, I don't believe. What'd I break? I broke something. Oh, is it still margin collapsing where it won't move? No, no. Let's put the outline back. Let's just make sure we have it where we think we have it. It's there. Transform isn't moving. Okay. Did I spell it wrong? I didn't spell it wrong. Transform, we don't need. Oh, I know why. transform. It's translate. We don't need transform on translate. So that explains why it's not working, because I did the wrong thing. I know this. All right. Let's just see if moving this up and then rotating it works how I hope it will. It did. It worked. So theoretically, I think if we put in another paragraph tag, we need to up the margin. Oh, change the height. So maybe I do want scale. No, I don't want scale. So let's just go plus D, select it. Let's see what we can do. If we, height's easy enough to change to 20. Oh, but then we have to change margin too. So let's go scale 0.5. There we go. Rotate. So we're at 60, like 120. What if we do 0? Add 0. That looks about right. It's probably 20 degrees. I had to guess. No, that doesn't. Oh, wait, 30? Do you think it's 30? Yeah, there we go. Okay, and then translate needs to move further up. So this is 5m. So instead of doing a variable, I should be able to do nope. Maybe I should just do a variable. I'm going to just do variable. All right. And it's going to be negative 200. Okay, good. 190. All right, let's check this. And then let's think about what could be better here. Because there's a lot. This is not great. It's 100%. Okay, all right. So I'm using translate, I'm using scale because I used a couple of paragraph tags. Now if we reduce this down to be the HTML being this thing, then our margin on the body, I could probably just do a margin of 20, you know. And then, yeah. Then I wonder, let's look at what 210 pixels equates in M. 13.13 M. That's not great. Okay. Okay, so I'm not gonna mess around with font with that. But that saved us a few characters there. So I think if I condense this down, where the HTML is this, I'll have to do something like a box shadow to cover all this up and then hide that box shadow. So background's actually shorter with that. If I were using box shadow anywhere else, then that would mean savings. But right now I don't think that does. And I don't think it helps me. The height here and the height and then scale, kind of a problem. I think no matter what, I'm going to have some kind of height, padding, whatever, to determine size. So I don't think with this solution I can get away with those with just like using scale or something like that. I think the image tags are supposed to take the aspect ratio of what they're in, and I probably need to set it up right. So our translate changes from 80 to 210 pixels. theoretically, we should be able to use a percentage with font. So what are we at? We're at 313 here. Let's take our variable off. 313 is what we got. Let's go back to font. Let's see if I can do this with font and just do a percentage. Wow, I was on the wrong keys for typing. And we're gonna do 80, that's twice as much, and then another 50, 50. So that's 5/8. 250%. A. Okay, 262%. Where are we at? 303 characters. So that is significantly shorter, even though we had to do 3. Let's see if it works. Yeah, well, that works. That works. That's quite a bit shorter doing it that way. Okay. All right, I like that. Oh, let's get a percentage here. I think this is 40%. Yep. Okay, that is. And let's see if we can do a percentage here. This is going to be like 60%, not quite. 80, 70. Okay. Oh. 70 is too much, so 60. Well, that's too far. Whoa, 55%? Is that it? That looks like it. So that's a nice way to get rid of a couple more values there. And close that off. So I guess the only other question is, I use this translate, and that helped me here. I would not have been able to use font without using translate. The margins, I probably could have gotten around margin collapse, fought it with everything and gotten it to move with those margins. I find those to be difficult. But then I would only have to change margin. I'd have to change scale. That would increase the margins, and I'd still have to do a rotate. Yeah, I'm happy with this. I'm going to leave it here. So, hope you're having fun with this one. Usually rotates give me more trouble than this, and so it's nice that this one was all in line and there's just no bother. So, cool. Alright, let's minify and call it a night. And I hope you're having fun with this, as you should. It's supposed to be a game and a puzzle. That's what we want to do with it. Alright. Okay. 303. I'm sure there's better solutions out there. Oh, we're not at 303. We're at 156 now. 156. Good enough. Cool. Alright, hope you're having fun. I'll catch you later.